I bought a brand new alternator for my '05 Tahoe. I went and got an AC Delco Gold, and it turns out I made a mistake and I didn't check OEM interchange part numbers, and I got the one out of the 8 that were on there. I got the one that was the wrong number. However, physically everything is the same. It's just that the internal regulator here, it either on the L line or the F line, it responds to the signals or provides an incorrect signal. The ECU catches it and it throws up a code. So I have my old alternator here, and I actually had a rebuild kit for it. So I yanked the regulator off and out of the rebuild kit. I got this off of eBay. I have the old regulator, which supposedly is compatible with my '05 Tahoe. And we're just going to take a look at them. The AC Delco Gold, fine, they're the same, very similar plastics and stuff. The AC Delco Gold, let's see if we can see a part number on there. There we go. That's the AC Delco Gold part number. And then let's see if we can see this is, and you'll notice the dash CN there. So this is a Chinese part, which we all know we don't like. Well, Chinese parts are fine. It's just we don't like cheap, no brand stuff. And this is a really good example. The AC Delco Gold, its heatsink goes all the way across, and it's made out of, it looks like cast aluminum. With the the eBay no-name one, right? We can see that the regulator is just, the heatsink is part aluminum and whatnot like that. On a different note, while I was actually waiting for this alternator to arrive, I needed to get something. So I had sitting on the bench, sitting in a box from for an '06 Avalanche, this Wilson here, and there's the part number for the Wilson. And that I plugged into the Tahoe and was able to do a few hundred kilometers out in the bush, and worked out well. And it turns out when I look up this part number, it says it does not fit my vehicle at all, but it worked. So, geez, everything is confusing now, but whatever. I shall put this Chinese regulator onto this thing. I'll put it back in the Tahoe, and I'll see if it throws any codes, and if it doesn't, I will continue with it. So here's a little tip I got off a buddy when, disassembling something. These little steel, I don't know what you call them, sleeves, I guess. They push against the alternator ears, and once you try to put the alternator back in, it's a little bit of a pain in the butt. So grab a C-clamp and a socket, give it a couple of turns, and it'll give you some space. And then when you tighten up with the bolts, they'll go back into place. Handy. Well, I'm just going to scan for codes with torque here. Too lazy to bring out the big scan tool. Let's just pause this. It basically said no fault codes. So I wasn't sure about that voltage at the OBD2 sensor, so I thought I would actually go and measure it directly against the battery while the engine was running. And it is 15.2, which is kind of high. So I'm going to let this sit and warm up, and we'll see if that voltage drops down to a much more healthier. Maybe it's just trying to pick up some lost charge somewhere. Well, after, 5 minutes or so, the voltage is calming down, sitting around 13, 14 volts. The battery was in good condition, so I'm not surprised it doesn't need to put a lot of charge voltage in it. Okay,